Thank you, Mr. President, and good afternoon, colleagues. I rise in opposition to this proposal for many reasons. I hesitate to call my colleagues, or some of them, disingenuous in their motives, but I've been on this planet now for more than 50 years, and sometimes I recognize that that is precisely what is happening, particularly in a political environment that has become increasingly politicized since I joined only 6 years ago. The secret ballot is how we vote in the United States. When you go into the ballot box, for those of you, I've had the opportunity to monitor elections, that's why you go in there by yourself. You're not really even permitted to complete your ballot for Tanya Cook or President Obama or whoever you vote for out in an open environment. Those are international rules related to how elections are conducted. Moving from the secret ballot within this body, we talk about ideologies. We talk about the role of government, quote unquote. There are plenty of people in the state of Nebraska that agree with the way I think. They look like me. They have the same gender. Their skin color more closely matches mine than the majority of the people in this room. That's a fact, fellow colleagues. That is a fact. So the idea that you would remove the opportunity for us to elect the leader that we most agree with, whether it's because we want to be their friend or whatever our reason is, it's our business what our reason is for voting for that person, is simply something that I cannot support. We've had a couple of statements this morning. You know who you are. We can't be threatened or intimidated into voting. That's what this measure would do. I can't support anything that would silence another senator. That's what this would do if you voted for it. So with that, Mr. President, I yield the rest of the time to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cook. Senator Moratti, you are recognized.
Thank you.
Senator Moratti waives. Senator Schnoor.
Good afternoon, everybody, Mr. President. I say, just like we did at the hearing, my reason for this is simple. I think it should be an open vote. That's it. I personally, I've traveled the world in my days in the military. I've been to a lot of nasty places. Some of them places, if you don't vote as a dictator wants you to, at best case you'll be shot. Worst case, you could use your imagination. So this legislature will continue. It will continue to do what we do, whether this vote passes or not. So it's very simply a matter of you agree or you disagree. So let's just move on and let's vote on it. So I'm in favor of it, obviously. So I'm just asking us to press on and vote on it. That's it. Thank you.
Senator Larson, I apologize for skipping you. That was not intentional. Senator Larson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've heard a lot on both sides of the issue. And it's obvious that there's people on both sides that feel passionate about this issue. And the argument can be made, has been made, for open ballots and others, and the sanctity of the secret ballots. And we also had a nice history lesson on the origin of the legislature and how committee chairs were once picked. And 40 some odd years ago, we moved to a secret ballot. I congratulate that legislature. They took one step towards transparency. We haven't taken us another step since. Just because you take that one step doesn't mean you've found the perfect solution. And we find that as we legislate every day. Very few bills that we push through here are going to be perfect forever. Times change. We've had members raise that upcoming elections that aren't this legislature will use a secret ballot, and that when we go into the personal ballot box, it's a secret ballot. I support the concept of the individual secret ballot. As my colleagues know, we are in a representative democracy. We are each represented by 40,000 people to come and represent their interests. And those people should know what we're doing and who we're supporting and what bills that we support, what amendments we vote for in the representation of their interests. It's as simple as that. There's a difference between the secret ballot. When I go in and vote personally at Northeast Community College in O'Neill, and when I walk down here on the floor of the legislature and stand up for the 39,000 people that sent me to do this job. They deserve to know what I'm doing. I think Mr. Groney, Senator Groney, brought up a good point. We have to be accountable to those we represent. I understand that we've seen articles and issues come out about having to work with every member of this body, and that the secret ballot could hurt feelings or destroy relationships. You know, I know Senator Moorfeld isn't going to agree with me on voter ID. I'm pretty sure I saw in the paper that he threatened a lawsuit if voter ID goes. But you know what? When I see Senator Moorfeld later, wherever it may be, is that going to stop me from having a beer with him? Probably not. The concept here is we're adults. I can no longer claim being the youngest member of the legislature. Senator Hansen has that honor. And I'm not even sure if I'm the second youngest member. I'm not sure when Senator Moorfeld's birthday is. But I at least understand that I'm going to disagree with everybody in this body at one point or another. And hopefully, and some members aren't going to like me. No, I understand that too. Senator Chambers, I know, he's shaking his head. He doesn't like me. That's fine. But I still have to work with Senator Chambers or around him if I can manage that, which happens sometimes too. But we have to work together, and regardless if I disagree with you or if you didn't vote for me for chair, I'm still going to work with you because I still want to do things in this legislature, and I still want to represent my district to the best of my ability.
Senator McAllister?